When have you said that's not my name? I was 10 when my teacher decided my name wasn't worth remembering. She'd call me Cynthia instead of Cynzia. I corrected her the first few times politely. It's Cynzia with a C. She'd wave it off with a half smile and say, same thing. At first, I thought it was just an honest mistake, but then she started calling me Cindy, then Cinty, once even Sandy. Every time it was wrong, and every time I corrected her. After 2 months, it became clear she wasn't listening, because she didn't care to. One day, during reading time, she stopped at my desk, squinted at the attendance sheet, and said loudly, "How do you even say this name?" I said quietly, "It's Cynzia." She nodded like she was indulging me. "Oh, right, Cynzia. That's such a French name." I blinked. "I'm not French. I'm Italian-American." She laughed. "Oh, well, same part of the world, right? You people always have these tricky names." I sat there stunned. My cheeks burned and my hands clenched under the desk. She didn't even notice and moved on to the next student. It wasn't just my name. A week later, I turned in a science project I'd worked on for days. Color-coded diagrams, a typed report, the whole thing. She returned it without a grade, said she must have misplaced the paperwork. But I saw the same project displayed on the hallway bulletin board under another girl's name. Someone who hadn't even shown up the day it was due. My essays would disappear. Group work, my ideas repeated by someone else, always got them praise. It wasn't just mistakes. It felt like the teacher was pushing me out in every way she could. My father noticed that I started acting different. When he asked, I told him everything. The name-calling, the stolen credit, the constant feeling of being neglected. Next day, my dad came to school early for our scheduled conference. He's not the loud type. He's the kind of man who says what he means once, and that's enough. When he sat down across from my teacher, he started the meeting the way most parents would, talking about my grades, my reading progress, my math scores. She said, "Oh, Cynthia is doing okay, but there's room to improve." Then she shrugged and added, "This happens a lot with European kids, especially the French ones." My dad didn't say a word right away. He turned and looked at me. I nodded slowly. Then he turned back to her. "Her name is Cynzia. She's Italian-American. You've called her the wrong name for 2 months, and now you've decided what country she's from?" She laughed nervously. "Oh, I didn't mean anything by it. These names just blend together after a while. It's not a big deal." He leaned in slightly, his voice steady. "It is a big deal to my daughter. You don't get to rename her because it's easier for you. That's not how this works." She started fumbling with her notes, suddenly unsure of herself. My father finally spoke, calm and very seriously. "I'll be raising this at the next parent-teacher meeting," he said, "because if a teacher can't remember her student's name or face, but somehow keeps handing their work to someone else, that's not a mix-up. That's a pattern, and it's blocking opportunities my daughter has earned." The day after, the principal met with us privately, and by the end of the week, the school issued a formal apology, and the teacher was suspended. A new teacher took over, and she always called me by my correct name. My assignments finally started getting the grades they deserved. And that old teacher, we saw her reading menus at a busy Italian restaurant. Life has a sharp sense of humor, isn't it?